Deep Dive, where emotions meet the stars and spirituality takes center stage. Join Sherianna Boyle and Carmen Schott as they explore astrology, mental health, manifesting, and so much more. Two women on a spiritual path, sharing wisdom, stories, and the magic of sisterhood. Ready to dive deep? Let's begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Deep Dive. I'm Sherianna.
And I'm Carmen, and this is a show about astrology, emotions, and spirituality.
Each week, giving you your astrology update, Carmen is, and this is the week of August 3rd. It's Sunday, August 3rd, and we're giving you a drop here on what's happening this week. I know, Carmen, you've got a big book release coming up. Yeah. Your book, The Astrological Energy, correct?
Yeah,
Your
right.
Astrological Energy.
Yeah.
And if you head over to YouTube, everyone, Deep Dive with Carmen Sherianna, you're going to see a link there. And you also get a replay of the show. And you can, of course, get that books where all books are sold. So anyway, we're excited about that. What else is happening?
Well, this is going to be an interesting week because we have, the sun is in Leo. And so Leo season is all about having fun, getting out, being social, spending time, doing social activities, going to concerts, entertainment, being more active, and I know we've had a heat wave here and it's been so hot, people don't want to go outside, but, enjoy
Yes.
the summer weather because we'll be in fall before we know it. So it's a happy time. Leo rules the sun, and it's just known to be more of a confident, easygoing, generous, fun-loving, playful kind of an energy going on at the first of the month here. And just, enjoy this Leo season, this Leo vibe, And so tap into that. And the biggest thing going on right now, too, is Mercury is still retrograde, and it is affecting all of our communication. And it's funny because several people have had some things happen. They've told me things from the last retrograde that happened the first of the year have all those same issues or people have came back up this retrograde. Right. It's happened to me too. I mean, it was like,
I always, it's like I forget in between our times together that is one of the things that happens, things that you've been thinking about or contemplating come back for you to revisit, Carmen, to relook at, re-examine, complete, all of the above. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like to redo, rework, reassess, reflect. And there's something we still have to learn or some piece of the puzzle that could be in place for our future plans. So it's kind of like someone that contacted me in February, which out of the blue after years, I haven't seen them. I used to work with them years ago, like in 2001, hadn't seen them since, and wrote me on Facebook about, the stuff they do. And I didn't think anything of it. And then this retrograde, I thought about, they wrote me. And I ended up, it's something going on in my life right now that I needed that help. So now we're back in touch and they're helping me with this issue that I'm going through with work and stuff. And then someone from my past popped up from that same time period and wrote me last week, Mercury retrograde. Haven't talked to them. It was an old supervisor of mine, a social worker who's retired now in Colorado, just saying, how are you? How's your daughter and husband? And we reconnected. So I'm like, wow. So people from the past have popped up for me. I'm like, yeah, it's true.
In a positive way. So it's not always a negative thing if
it's
past
not
things come up.
Yeah, it can be. Now, I always tell people, don't get back with an old lover. I was saying this on another podcast. They contact you, you remember the good times, but you don't remember why you broke up. So be a little cautious to get back together with someone that you ended things with that, didn't work out. But old flames can also be on your mind. I've had several people tell me they're thinking about people from the past or things they went through long time ago. And that's normal with Mercury retrograde. You reassess your life, you reassess the past, and it's time to slow down and just take it easy a little bit. Have some fun, and you may be forced to not be on this go, 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 work, work, work mode. Because Mercury slows us down. And a couple people I saw posted on social media said, well, Mercury retrograde knocked me down and it stopped me in my tracks. I need to slow down. It makes you have to readdress something that maybe you had a misspelling or sent the wrong email, and like, oh, everybody got it right. So you just got to slow down and pay better attention and be more aware of what's going on around you and how you're feeling. Like the other day, a girl called me that I used to work with, says, I'm just feeling awful. I took sick leave. And I said, Mercury's retrograde. I said, take another day, do some self-care, because she's a chart ruler is Mercury, like me,
Oh
Gemini
boy.
rising. I'm like, you've got a chart ruler that's Mercury. That's why you're feeling that way. Because I said, I'm sitting here and I'm feeling the same way. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna rest. It's like you just
Yes.
gotta rest it. Yeah.
And I'm finding many times that, you know, aside from Mercury retrograde, I think when you reflect and reassess, you do kind of look at what do I really want? And I know you talk about this in terms of the full moon and manifesting,
Yeah.
but it really looks at what's important to me, slowing down. Do I really want to bite off more than I can chew? Kind of thing. I was talking to someone just this morning who was thinking of expanding her business. And just this morning we were chatting. I said, are you still thinking of doing that? And she said, I'm not, I'm changing my mind on that.
Yeah.
And I'm reflecting on, and these are her words, I'm reflecting on where that came from. Was that my ego?
Yeah.
What inside of me wanted to expand? Is that my truth? And I think that's what can happen with Mercury retrograde. You look at, what am I really aligned with? Is that really what I want? And sometimes I think we get tested in Mercury retrograde.
Oh yes.
Carmen.
Oh yes. Oh, it's Mercury can be the trickster too.
Oh, really? I had never heard that.
Yeah, it can play games with you. Like, yeah,
How so?
it's like a restless energy. It's like it dangles things and it gives you these things that you think you want. But it's usually during the retrograde when it's spinning, when it's not the time for it. And so then when it's
Yeah.
direct, it's like, no, it goes away or it doesn't happen, or you realize, I don't want that. Or somebody changes their mind, even though you thought you were going to get this job or you were going to buy a house. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay. We lost a couple houses during Mercury retrograde because I knew it wasn't good, but we bought a house, signed a contract, and then the lady changed her mind, said, I don't want to sell the house after we already bought it. It was like we had to just
Oh my
walk away.
goodness.
I'm like, Mercury was a trickster. That's what I joke. I told my husband, I don't like it that Mercury's retrograde and we're doing all this. Hopefully it's okay, because we had been wanting a house for a while, looking at a bunch of houses. But no, she changed her mind. So it affected the seller.
So you knew what you wanted,
Yeah.
but she was the one who got cold feet or
She
whatever.
did.
And
She did.
interesting.
And then you can't make this up. I kid you not. The next retrograde, there was maybe two retrogrades from there. About 6 months later, it was Mercury retrograde again, and my realtor called me out of the blue. It had been
About the
almost a
same
half a year,
house.
and said her realtor called. She's ready to sell now. I'm going to put it back up on the market. Do you guys want it? And my husband came in. He's like, no, out of pride, I'm not doing it. And I'm like, well, let's go. He wanted to go look though, so he went and looked. No one bought it. It sat there, and she took the sign down. She never sold it.
Interesting.
She's still in it. Yeah, and he wanted to drive by there the other day. I'm like, bad memories.
And perhaps that's what you mean by, like, some people saying Mercury retrograde just knocks me down. And I wonder if there's just, some people get knocked down and they have really hard time getting back up again. Some people take longer than others.
And
Carmen.
it can also be a blessing, though, to stop you from doing something that isn't really meant for you, or the timing's off. Because
Yes.
if we would have got that house, I know I wouldn't have been happy in it, because now we bought this house and this is exactly what I wanted. And
Yes.
I was kind of going with that one because he liked it. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't like this one. And so I'm glad I waited. I'm glad that it all got sidetracked out of my hands, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah. And that whole sidetrack. So that's what we're focusing on this week. We're recognizing that we are still in Mercury retrograde. So your communication, things getting canceled,
Yes.
I got an email the other day or a text from someone. They're like, you still haven't done da 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 da. And I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, I know I did that. I know I did that. And thank God I looked at my email and I
Yeah.
saw the confirmation. I'm like, see, I did it. And then she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. That was supposed to be for someone else. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mercury retrograde. Yeah.
I went on a podcast yesterday and I had sent all my book e-galley, my bio, my picture, and we're getting ready to go live. Well, I didn't get any of the book information. It's usually due, so I don't know what to highlight. And I'm like, I sent that like a month ago. So I forward the message. She goes, I never got the email. I'm like, oh wow. So this is what I'm talking about. These
It does force us to slow down.
Yes.
It really does. And to circle back with each other.
Yeah, and reread and make sure you're
And
reading the email correctly because I totally misinterpreted something somebody wrote me, and I'm like, well, wait, oh wow. And when I reread it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I think it said that? Like, okay,
all
whoa,
right.
whoa,
Well,
slow down.
we're going to take a quick break, everyone. If you're just joining us on the radio, welcome to Deep Dive, where we give you your astrology update each week. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hang in there.
Astrology is energy. Unlock the wisdom of your birth chart with my new book, Your Astrological Energy. Pre-order your copy today and receive 10% off a personal consultation with me. Visit CarmenTurnerSchott.com to claim your special offer today.
When was the last time you took time for you? Hi, I'm Sherianna Boyle, author of the Emotional Detox book series and several other books. I also lead a variety of wellness retreats throughout the year. Visit SheriannaBoyle.com/events to find out more and to book your retreat today. Again, it's SheriannaBoyle.com/events.
Deep Dive with Carmen and Sherianna, giving you your update of the week of Sunday, August 3rd. So what else is going on besides Mercury retrograde?
So, we've been experiencing the planet Mars has been in Virgo for a while, and it's made us very perfectionistic and a little bit overthinking and obsessive about things and hard on ourselves and a little bit critical. And it's the planet of drive and ambition. And in Virgo, it's not the best place to have Mars. And, it makes it kind of heavy and
it does feel heavy.
It's really heavy time we've been feeling. And
even though Leo is in,
even though the sun's in Leo, but Mars has been in Virgo. And
so I don't know if you're quite feeling the effects of the sun in Leo is what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
Carmen, because of the Mars things. Do some people get more effect? I would imagine some people get more if it's in your chart.
Yes.
So if you have Mars in your chart, you're going to feel it more.
Like everyone has Mars transiting somewhere in their on the birth wheel affecting you. So everyone has a natal Mars. That you have Mars in a certain sign in your birth chart. You and I both have Mars in Gemini. We have the same.
We do?
placement. Yeah, that's why we can talk for hours.
We do talk for hours.
and laugh and be witty and, make each other laugh. So yeah, we're Mars and Gemini people love to talk. So it's a good place for Mars because it gives you high energy. You can micromanage. I mean, not multitask. You can do all kinds of things and have high energy when you're teaching, writing, talking. It gives you more energy when you have Mars and Gemini. But Mars and Virgo, it's Earth, and it's critical, and it's perfectionistic, and it's detail focused, and it's efficient, and it's a little bit strict and rigid energy. So it was a good time to inspect ourselves, look at what your diet, your routine. We've been really hard on ourselves with all those things, like wanting to lose weight. People started, feeling like I got to get my health in line because Virgo rules health and diet and exercise. So people have been, wanting to change that Mars. And it's hard. It's not easy to change. And so now it's going to go into Libra, which is an air sign, and it's going to be more of a focus on relationships.
Oh, nice. And when's that happen?
It happens August 6th.
Oh, okay. Focus on relationships. Okay.
Yes. And Libra is all about partnership and balance and compromise and being a peacemaker, always trying to be fair and just. So we're going to be more passionate about those issues.
Okay.
Right, what's fair, what's just.
And that could have an impact worldwide too.
Oh yes. Oh yes, absolutely.
As to what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Libra is the scales of balance, the scales of justice, like the legal. A lot of Libras go into law, politics and law, especially law, because they want to fight and advocate for what's right. And they believe in following the laws, following the rules.
Gotcha. Okay.
They also like to learn and study and read, and they're an air sign, but they also are creative and artistic because they're ruled by Venus. Beauty,
Okay.
clothes, makeup, jewelry, looking pretty, feeling good. Going to the hairdresser, that's Libra. I know a lot of people are hairdressers.
I do too. Now that you mentioned that, that's the first thing that I was thinking of. Okay.
They're artistic and creative doing your hair, and then they're therapist, which are like a therapist, but they're therapist. And one has a sign that says hair. I saw it at my lady's place, therapist. She's a Virgo Libra cuss, so I thought it was pretty funny. But she just listens, and everybody tells all their problems, like a bartender sort of, I guess. But
sure.
But no, we'll be more focused on balancing our needs with our partner's needs and other people's needs, and having to focus on other people a little bit more, like our relationships, our love relationships will be highlighted right now. So you may want to have passion, because Mars is our passion, our drive, to spend.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about Mars. Okay, Mars is passion, drive. Okay.
Yeah. It can also be conflict. That's why Mars is where we can really speak up and be direct and assertive, like in Aries, because Mars rules Aries. So all the Aries, that strong Aries impulsiveness and courage and
and a lot of people have a hard time speaking up, Carmen, or addressing things that need to be addressed, or letting things, at least what I've noticed in my work and my coaching is I get a lot of that, where someone says, I really need to, this situation's gotten out of hand and I've let it get out of hand.
Yeah.
It's gone on too long, and they realize I have to, whether you're a parent or you're a boss of someone,
sure,
and or some kind of boundary or some kind of discipline. Really, absolutely. A lot of people have a hard time with that. They need support.
It is. It's hard to Libras have a hard time saying no to people, and they have a hard time with. They don't want to make anyone mad. So sometimes they go along with things, or they people please to avoid conflict.
Gotcha.
And they can sacrifice what they really want because they want to be nice. They don't want to make anybody mad. And a lot of Libra people tell me that, or Libra rising people, that they don't want to make people, but then it's the scales get really balanced. And then they're like, oh my gosh. And then it's like they have to do something, and then that's really hard for them because they didn't do it on the way until it really got at the scales just went unbalanced.
Yes.
And so that's their lesson, is learning to be compromised and patient and have relationships. That's where they're learning. And we're all going to be learning that lesson right now with Mars and Libra. Is a big
compromise and relationships. Okay.
Yeah. And
that's something we can all benefit. And that is interesting point of view that you bring up, that when these planets transit, we're learning lessons.
Absolutely. Everything happening to us is based on, right now, is the transits that are hitting our birth chart. That's why it's important to know your basic birth chart. That never changes. That's the map of your soul. And then we take a picture of the sky right now. We put it on top of your birth wheel. And that's what I just did earlier today. I told the lady, this is what's going on. And she's like, that makes sense. Everything you said is how I'm feeling. That's because those planets are affecting, the home and family, the marriage house, the career house. You can see, oh, that's why, it's all energy. That's all it is.
It's all energy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And then once we know these energies and why, we feel better. Okay. These are tips and things we can do to overcome it. Some transits last for many, many years. So like Uranus, it's like 7 to 8 years.
That's the one I'm in right now.
Yeah,
this
it's in your eighth.
Yeah, and that was really helpful when you told me that. I do think,
Yes.
and by the way, Carmen does do birth charts. You can go to her website to get your own chart done with her. You can go to my website if you want to work on any emotional detox stuff, like that conflict thing that I was mentioning. But you helped me a lot, Carmen, when you told me that. I didn't realize how much knowing your chart could help. It's a tool of self-awareness, really.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I use it for. I mean, it just validates what we already know that we're feeling. And like, and the lady today, I did a chart for, she's like, I feel so relieved. I didn't know what it was. All this stuff from the past was coming up, and I was thinking about the bad stuff that happened. I'm like, no, that's what, this is why. And then, and it's like, these are some tips. This is what you need to do, and just give a little bit of help. And some things we just have to live through it and be strong. And we just got to be aware, and we have to experience certain things. That's what the transits are, because it's teaching us lessons that our soul chose to learn. That's why we were born when we were. So some of this stuff is destined. It's meant to be.
I know. And you're like, I don't want to learn that.
No. I'm like, why did I pick this North Node? I always say this.
But we're all kind of learning the same lessons at different times, in different ways, and different levels of intensity or scenarios. Yeah, it is absolutely fascinating. We have a couple more minutes. Is there anything else we ought to know?
Yeah, we got a full moon in Aquarius on August 9.
Okay, so next Saturday, August 9th, is a full moon in Aquarius. Okay.
9, and
I had that totally messed up. I thought the full moon was
Oh no,
okay.
July full moon. It doesn't seem like that long ago, honestly. I don't know what happened. July just went by. It's like,
okay, so full moon in Aquarius on the 9th.
Yes, and it's a full moon is a time where our emotions are activated. So we feel intense. We can have a little bit of restlessness, insomnia, difficulty sleeping. We can feel like this powerful energy. And then when I go outside and I look at it, when it's full, I can feel it. Like, I recommend, if you go out and look at it, you can feel the full moon. Sometimes it's so pretty. But the full moon is known to recharge, and it's like to, really release. It's about letting yourself feel things. Feeling your emotions, being in your body, letting yourself, reflect is a good thing. Where a new moon is a time to set intentions and manifest new things. Where the full moon is to really sit with your emotions and feel stuff that's going on. And the fact that it's in an air sign, it changes it. When the moon, the moon is emotional, it's emotion, and it's in an air sign, we might be more detached or intellectual this moment, and more logical about what we're feeling. That's how Aquarius will affect the full moon.
Interesting. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Carmen. Wow. So there's your weekly update, everyone. And if you miss us live on KMET Radio, go to our YouTube channel. It's Deep Dive with Carmen and Sherianna. And it's there you can grab some of our links, some of our free gifts that we have for you. Carmen's new book, Your Astrological Energy. Some of my books are there, or some of my things are there as well. All right. We look forward to connecting next week. Take care, everyone.
Hi, this is Carmen Turner Schott, author and psychological astrologer. My newest books are Your Astrological Energy and Astrology's Magical Nodes of the Moon. Both offer powerful insights to help you understand your emotions and your spiritual journey through astrology. Discover how your birth chart can help you heal, transform, and become more resilient. Visit my website today at carmenturnershott.com and grab your copies on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and online stores.
Looking to transform your life? Sherianna Boyle, author of 11 powerful books, invites you to take a deep dive. Explore her emotional detox series, discover manifesting with energy in action, and connect with spirit in her latest book, Just Ask Spirit. Start your journey today. Find all her books at sheriannaboyle.com. Thank you for tuning into Deep Dive with Sherianna Boyle and Carmen Turner Schott. If today's episode inspired you, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave us a review. For more insights and resources, visit carmenturnerschott.com and sheriannaboyle.com. Until next time, keep diving deep into your soul's journey.